So we're gonna do it with the intro. All right, y'all. We're back in the lab. We're back in the studio. I'm Rob. He's Rick.
Yep.
This is Captain's Log podcast and YouTube show. What's good, my man?
What's good, Brody?
Special guest.
Yes, sir.
Special guest today. Hey, I want to introduce y'all to my main man from N Street, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. My man, Mr. Aaron Deli Belly Deller. What's up, my man?
What's up, brother? HB 508 in the house, son.
Ooh, I didn't even remember the building number.
I do, brother.
Look, just real quick, man. Listen, this guy here, this guy was a bootlace when he came to the unit. When'd you get to the unit?
August 2006.
Yep. So he came to the unit when he was in the Marine Corps. This was shortly after I came back from Iraq. New unit came in. I was like, who the hell is this big ass guy? Came in, you know what I'm saying? But he was locked in, man. He was a hard charger. He was a motivator. The motivation was just breathing out of his high and tight. And I knew he was gonna be a good guy, man. But shortly after, man, I got out, and you stayed in. What year did you get out?
I got out in December of 2009.
Yeah, so we got about 2 years after me, man, and went and did his own little thing, man. Did his tour duty. Traveled, got out, man, and just thankful that, you know, that was like 15 years ago, and we're still able to talk to this day.
It seems like yesterday still sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm definitely glad to have you, man. How's things going? How's the family?
Everything's good, man. The wife and my youngest daughter, they just went to Florida today for a week, so it's just me and the two boys hanging out at the house with the animals, and
turn up.
We're gonna get crazy. We're gonna get crazy.
Get the Fireball whiskey.
Yeah, my oldest son, I picked him up from his friend's house after work. He's not feeling very well, and he's laying down upstairs. But my other boy's upstairs, probably in his underwear playing Xbox somewhere. So
yeah,
sounds like a good night.
Well, listen, man. You're probably the most diehard Bengals fan I know, man. So I thought it was only right to get you on here, man.
Yeah. And I wasn't gonna back out regardless if we won or lost. That's not who I am. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am a diehard fan. I mean, it takes me 12 minutes to get to the stadium from my house over here in Northern Kentucky.
So first of all, man, I want to say congratulations to the Rams because they won. You know,
absolutely,
they won the game. But I definitely want to say congratulations to you guys because I mean, you guys haven't smelt the damn Super Bowl in 6, 7 years, man.
30. It was 33 years.
33 years.
33.
So I just want to know, like, how does it even feel? Because obviously my team fucking sucks.
Well, I know, and that fucking name is terrible. I'm sorry, but I mean, get the fuck. I mean, what are you guys doing?
It'll grow, man. It's just like when we were the Washington Bullets and we're the Wizards. Nobody even cares about it anymore.
I know, but to be honest with you, I mean, it's so of a weird feeling. It's an awesome feeling, but it's so weird just because the Bengals did smell success. So when I got out of the Marine Corps in 2009, we still had Marvin Lewis there, and with Andy Dalton. They were actually a good football team. They just couldn't get over the hump. They were. We made the playoffs 5 years out of, we couldn't win a playoff game, and then these last couple of seasons, we didn't do so well. We won, 2 games in 2018 or 2019. Last year, the year before that, we won 4 games, and then Joe ended up getting his knee blown out. And listen, and to be honest with you, I came in with expectations that, with an extra game added, we were probably going to go 8-9. It's being honest.
I mean, so you didn't think that there was, old Joe Shiesty was going to come out of the woodwork.
Listen. Just because of that, dude, that knee injury he suffered was fucking terrible.
Yeah, that was from us,
bro. He tore PCL, ACL, and MCL all at one time, and they all predicted that he wouldn't even probably play this year.
Yeah, and he took a lot of hits this year too, man.
He led
most sacked quarterback.
He was sacked like over 70 times.
Yeah, so he got sacked just not even that 19 times in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I'm like, I mean, and the thing is that everyone gives him so much credit for getting hit and getting right back up. But dude, you're going to turn into David Carr after a while after taking all these shots.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. I was explaining that to somebody. I said, listen, that shit's all cool and dandy in the first 2, 3, 4 years, man. But you know, you got to build a line. You got to get an offensive line
Exactly.
because, you know, it's just going to be, you're going to be right back in the same situation, you know, knock on wood, with a catastrophic injury. And then it's like, well, how many more of these injuries you got, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You're not going to want to keep getting hit like that neither. So
no, and it's not like we're playing in a shitty division. We have one of the best divisions in all of football. AFC North is tough as shit. You know, Big Ben's retiring. Lamar Jackson is not a scrub. No, I mean,
but he was hurt too, though.
Yeah, he was. Their whole team was. I mean, they had so many injuries last season.
Yeah, I think definitely for Lamar Jackson, he is gonna. I mean, it's impossible to build a line around someone who's that mobile.
Well, yeah, I know.
So
it was the same way when Vic was in. So
yeah, so unless he's gonna dial it back a little bit, I mean, I don't really know what the answer is. I mean, he's just gonna have to get quicker receivers because they only throw it to the one guy.
Yeah, well, Hollywood Brown. That's it. Well, him and Andrews.
He only got two guys to throw it to.
Yeah. I know. But the thing is, dude, the way Harbaugh runs his team is it's run the ball, play great defense. And Lamar Jackson is that cherry on top. I mean, that's honestly what it is. That their offense is built around, we're going to line up and run the ball down your fucking throat, try to stop us, and then we're going to play great defense on the back end.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get to the game recap, man. So, you know, you guys came up short by 3 points, man. I did 3
points that I called.
Yeah, so
3 points that I called.
So I lost the bet.
Shout out to Boogie for obliging this bet.
I lost the bet. I had you guys winning 27-24.
Hey, you weren't far off, brother.
I wasn't that far off, and I was just like, at first, I was like, damn, they already at 20, and it's like third quarter. So, like the beginning of the third, so I was just kind of wondering how I was going to pull it off. But, man, I thought it was an exciting game, man. And that was the one thing I said. I was like, of course, I want you guys to win because I feel like I'm always going to root for the underdogs.
Yeah.
Until my team wins like 3 Super Bowls in a row, we're always going to be the underdogs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look,
that should have never.
I need Joe Shiesty to come in, nice suit. You know, very Cam Newton-esque suit.
Oh, that shit cracked me up. That cracked me. I love that shit. That shit.
I mean, it's just personality. Because
exactly, yeah.
Because he's when you look at him, he comes off as just like this monotone guy that doesn't really show any emotion. But then he comes in, he's got the chain dripping. You know what I'm saying? He's got the suit. So I was like, I love this dude, man.
Well, yeah, not only that, he tells people, hey, I make too much money for these to be fake. I love that. I mean, that made me laugh so fucking hard sitting in my living room when he said that.
So, you know, opening game, man, you know, Rams scored quick, man.
Yep.
You know, going in, OBJ caught the thing in the corner, the fade route in the corner, he did his little moonwalk, and then he got hurt.
Yeah. ACL.
And I knew it was bad because we were watching it. I had a buddy of mine, he rented out a hall down here. We had a bunch of people watching the game, and those non-contact injuries, a lot of times.
That's the worst.
When you see that knee buckle, I'm like, he's done.
It's no way.
Makes me cringe.
Shit hurt just thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, fuck.
That shit crazy.
And, you know, I was just like, man, you know, I just know he's got to be burning inside. Like, I just feel like, you know, everyone wants to be there. But I feel like outside of him and like Aaron Donald, like, you know, and everyone else, like, bruh, he really wants to prove himself. Yeah. And he's not the number one receiver.
No, and the reason why is, dude, I mean, to be honest with you, I'll say it right now, and I've said it before, Baker Mayfield's a bum. Sorry. He had that one good season. He's so indecisive on the way he plays quarterback compared to a lot of the other mid-level to elite quarterbacks in the NFL. His decision-making is you know, shoddy a lot of times, but
he holds the ball too.
Yeah, exactly. That crazy. Too. But, dude, like, you go back and look, Odell, when he came to L.A., he's got just as many touchdowns in for the Rams. He did it for his whole time in fucking Cleveland. 7. That's crazy. You play half this season into the playoffs, and you got just as many touchdowns with the Rams, and you did all the 2 years you played
2 years
for the Browns. It's fucking insane.
The stats are crazy, man.
But what does that tell you, though?
Well, I mean, I heard one of the commentators talking about how they, you know, Odell is free to do what he, you know, just be a receiver in LA. They're not relying on him like they did in Cleveland to be that number one receiver to get open all the times. I mean, dude, you have Landry there.
You had Landry. That's why I'm like, why are you putting so much on him?
Exactly. Landry is like the equivalent to our Tyler Boyd. He'll catch anything you throw at him, except for, you know, Tyler Boyd had that unbelievable drop. His first drop of the whole year in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The
That's
whole
normally how
year.
it goes. That's
That's usually how it goes, man. You
I
get
know.
those jitters.
You get them,
Oh my
crazy
God,
ass,
bruh.
unexpected plays that you're not known for doing. You do.
And he was wide open on that slant across the middle, and I hit him right in the hands, and he dropped, and I'm just like,
Yeah, there was a couple of plays, man, where this game could have really went different, man. I definitely want to talk about that. What's number 85?
T. Higgins.
Man, the face mask,
Oh,
the offensive
dude.
face mask thing.
Hey,
oh
how the
my
hell does that?
God.
How is that in the Super Bowl? How does that not get thrown? See,
how was that miss? And I'm just
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it was just them two.
But
Yes.
but you got to think though, that like the other call didn't get called neither.
No.
Yeah, but that was listen. That's the most blatant missed call I've ever seen.
Hey, Rick,
That's blatant, but it was blatant when the whole damn offensive line jumped off sides too, though.
Now, Rick, you got to remember in the
That's
first
true.
quarter, there was a play when we were in the red zone where Jalen Ramsey grabbed Higgins' towel and pulled him back in. They still didn't call that.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you. I didn't see the first half.
I didn't see.
I didn't see the first half because of work. Thanks, Russia.
Nah, you're good. So when you get a chance, listen, it's when we have our first offensive possession in the red zone. I think it's 3rd and 6 from the 11.
Yeah.
Higgins goes across the middle. I mean, he probably got Ramsey beat by 2 steps, and Ramsey, I mean, he's the best cover corner in the league. It's not even close. Sorry, it just is. He pulled Higgins right on his towel to close that space. Didn't call it, but I'm fine with the refs letting them.
I'm cool. I'm cool with letting them play, but to a certain extent, like
exactly.
The face mask should have been called.
Should have called that.
And then that phantom foul on Logan Wilson at the end of the game. Like, you fucking kidding me? What are you doing?
Yeah. And I'm just like, what's up with Eli Apple? Listen, this is my thing. This is Cooper effing Cup we're talking about here.
Yeah, and you got him single covered with Eli.
Single covered up on the top, and it's just yard 2. How did you not know? That's where the ball was coming. He didn't even look up.
I don't know.
That whole they had like 50. How many plays they had in possession? It was like 15 plus.
Yeah, it was 15. It was 15 possessions on the last drive
on that possession
for like 8-minute drive. 75
most
yards.
of them went to Cup.
And then you had those last couple of plays with penalties. And they're trying to say that one hold was kind of. They're saying it wasn't a hold. I was like, I think it was a hold. I think it was enough to call it.
But you gotta think though. So you're on the one. What was it? 1 or the half?
They got spot on the 1 yard line because they called that a pass interference.
But you can bump to 5 yards.
That's what doesn't make sense to me.
So if you bump it, if you're on the 1 yard line, he wasn't in the back of the end zone.
No, and the thing is what I don't understand about the defense. The Rams were not able to run the fucking football all night long.
All night long.
I understand it's on the 1 yard line. You blitz the living fuck out of Stafford and double team Cup.
Who's number 55 on the
Logan
defense?
Wilson.
That dude was every fucking where. He had to have at least 15, 20 tackles, man. That dude was in on all the tackles. I kept saying, I don't know who this guy is, but he's really holding this shit up right now. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, when you're talking about yards after the catch, man, I mean, that's the Rams' MO, man. Yards after the catch.
It's the same thing with the Bengals too. That's been so the Rams and the Bengals are the 1 and 2 teams with yards after the catch this whole entire season.
Really?
Yeah, you go look it up. I mean, the Bengals have the most plays over 30 yards of anybody in the NFL. And when it comes to yak yards, the Bengals were 1 and 2. The Rams and the Bengals were 1 and 2.
Damn, your guys ran the ball good too.
Yeah, and that's what I don't understand too. Hey,
God. I know where you're going. I know where you're going.
3rd and 1. And why in the fuck is Joe Mixon not in the game? And then you're running the ball at Aaron fucking Donald. What are you doing?
With P-Ryan. We cut him
wrong. I like
AD had his man.
Yeah, P-Ron was a good pickup for 3rd down situations, but a lot of time we utilize him in the screen game or as a blocker.
Yeah.
He's a big back, but dude, Joe,
he didn't even try to lean forward. I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, at least show me that you're trying.
Exactly.
As soon as he got grabbed, he just fell.
Well, it's kind of hard when listen,
motherfucker flop.
Aaron Donald makes grown men look like little fucking kids.
Man, listen, honestly, I was a little worried. In the first half. I was like, all right, he's not really making too much noise, man.
No, it's because the Bengals came up with a great scheme to block in the first half. I'll tell you this because I'm such a nerd when it comes to all this shit, and I pay attention. And so what the Bengals were doing is they were using the center So anytime, because the Rams do a great job of moving Donald around. He doesn't just line up in the 2-tech or the 3 technique or the 1 technique or the 5. They move them all around depending on who. So a lot of times what they were doing is I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the center's name off the top of my head for the Bengals, but he would snap the ball and then rotate to wherever Donald was. So what the Rams did, they adjusted in the second half. They started sending pressure up the middle to where that center couldn't rotate and double team Donald. That's why they had 6 sacks in the second half.
Okay. Yeah, they really turned it on then, man. Where I started getting worried, and of course, the last play, man. 4th and 1.
And the thing is about the last play, dude. If somehow Burrow could have got away, Ramsey fell and Chase was wide open for a game-winning touchdown.
Listen, I know Ramsey. I know Ramsey's the guy, but a couple of them plays, man. To me, watching, he's not fast enough to just run a streak against Jamar Chase.
No,
he caught that one ball.
Oh, that was an unbelievable catch, dude.
That was
nuts.
Listen, if he didn't have to die for that, he was
touchdown.
gone.
Yeah.
Damn. Man.
And listen, and I wasn't expecting Jamar Chase to be this fucking good. Like, I knew he was good in college.
Yeah, he caught me off guard. Too.
I'm like, well, just because
he caught everyone off guard.
Yeah, he did. Well, just for the fact that, during training camp and all that stuff, he had a bunch of drops and shit like that. And then he came out against Green Bay, fucking lit it up. And then just game after game, I'm like, this is not fucking real life. This is like a video game for him.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think what do you think you need for the future to get back?
What
can you add?
We have to add an offensive line. That is number one thing that the Bengals have to do.
I agree.
We have $70 million in cap space to spend this offseason.
But you guys are gonna get shit out of the draft. You're gonna have to give up the house, man, to get some pretty decent draft picks.
And no, we have 7 draft picks this year.
First round?
No, I think we have. Well, here I can check. I think we only have 1, but we have 7 overall picks throughout the draft. Okay. Like, I don't think we gave away a lot of stuff. I think we're drafting 31 this year because of the way it goes. We finished second.
Honestly, man, I think even if you add 1 fucking offensive lineman, it'll be better than what you guys had. And
I agree. But the thing is, there are a bunch of free agents. I had a buddy. He listed all the free agents out there.
It's like 32.
Yeah, we're gonna have to spend like $15 to $20 million on that line because, dude. Joe Burrow is the future of the Bengals. Don't get me wrong. He needs his receivers. That defense played out. Listen, the defense finished like 17th or 18th at the end of the season. They played out of their fucking minds during this postseason.
Yeah.
But if they don't get a line to protect Joe Burrow, dude, he's gonna be what Carson Palmer didn't get us there.
He's gonna burn out. He's gonna burn out quick.
He's
slack like that. He's not gonna last at all.
Yeah. And like Carson Palmer caught slack this week for giving the Bengals organization pretty much shit because of what happened to him. The 7 years he was here, they didn't do the things that he wanted to do. And like, I get it.
It's a different time, man.
Yeah,
Football is different now.
Yeah. It is.
The NFL is really starting to more so. I would like to think it's starting to more so be like the players' league now, and not like the fucking owners' league now. So, you can't really come on, man. 7 years ago. How long ago was that?
He got drafted like 2004. I was a senior in high school.
So that's a while ago.
But the thing is was it 2006, maybe 2005 when the Steelers won the Super Bowl? That's the game in the playoffs where Palmer got his knee blown out. I'm a firm believer that if the Bengals could have beat the fucking Steelers that game, they had a really good shot at winning the Super Bowl because our offense was so good that year with Chad Ochocinco. We had Hutchmanzada. We had so many good players, and that's what reminded me of this year of that, with having Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, C.J. Uzama. So
you had a little mob. All right, so we're gonna put that on pause, man. So I want to sidebar something. So what'd you think about the halftime show?
I fucking loved it. And I see so many people on social media like you have certain people like, oh, I loved it. People hate it. I'm like, bro, you're my age. That was the music that we grew up on. It was fucking awesome. You kidding me?
I mean, I don't know what I don't know how could you complain?
Yeah,
about that halftime show
because it's those people that are always miserable about everything have to say, oh, it's terrible. It's like, dude, go fall in a hole somewhere.
I mean, this is my thing. I don't give a shit who performs it as long as if I'm bobbing my head, it doesn't matter who's playing it, but there's been a lot of boring, really
It
boring
has
halftime
been.
shows.
Yeah.
Like
been.
it's all about like surprising people. So
Yes.
I'm not really a 50 Cent fan, but when he came on, I was like, oh shit, they threw 50 on there. You know what I'm saying? Mary J. Blige, she didn't really give me the dancery that I wanted. But,
and a funny thing about Mary J. Blige coming out, bro, my mom is 73 years old, and she's like, is that Mary J. Blige? I'm like, yeah,
man.
She's like, oh, I got some of her albums on my phone, and she's 73 years old.
Yeah,
she was
man.
fucking loving it.
It was a lot of energy. Now, the one thing I will say that I think they made a mistake on it was they didn't really give us any context on what the thing they were standing on, which was apparently supposed to have been like some historic replicas of places in Los Angeles. That's what it's supposed to be. So I think they could have gave us a little bit of, they could have kind of said, this is what this is. They could have maybe put a sign up on it or something like that. And I think they got fucking Snoop like fucking smoking, taking a few puffs of the weed either before or
I seen the memes on that already.
Snoop's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants.
I was about to say,
of course,
And I thought the only funny thing was granted, we're watching TV, so they keep the camera where it needs to be. But if you look down, you can see 50 Cent's coming, walking up, and then he physically climbs up on there. So we thought he was hanging there, but he actually climbed up there. So I thought that was funny. But man, I thought it was a good show.
Oh hell yeah, it was a great show. And what I love nowadays, and I love memes, they make me laugh so hard, is that I saw a meme today of people trying to rip on 50 Cent from back in the day, and he's all fat now. It's like, bro, hey, like probably 75% of you
he's
people.
Old. I mean, how is 50 Cent? He's like upper 40s, right?
Yeah,
50?
but I'm just saying, like all these people that are ripping on him for being fat, it's like, bro, you were probably skinny back in the day when you listened to him, and you're probably fat as shit.
Everybody was skinny back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're fucking fat as shit now too, just like the rest of us. So quit that shit.
Man, I'm listening. I'm all for it, man. And it don't have nothing to be with because it was all fucking black and it was probably the blackest goddamn halftime show ever. It don't have nothing to do with that. Yeah, it was just a good performance. Like, I'm just gonna leave it there.
But who else were they going to have perform that in fucking LA though?
Yeah, exactly. Nobody.
It has to be Dre, and the only person I'm not surprised that they brought out was probably YG or The Game. But other than that, I mean, you got Dr. Dre. That's iconic. Well, it's LA.
So they were saying that they were saying that people were surprised that The Game wasn't on there. Now I used to listen to The Game when he first came out. I'm not saying that he should or shouldn't have been up there. I don't think it would have hurt.
No.
If he was on there, I mean. But
even still, I mean, guess who fucking came out of the fucking woodwork? Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I was happy to see that.
I wasn't expecting that. I was like, oh shit, he's here. Fuck yeah.
And I'd like to think for the most part, it wasn't really too much lip singing either. It was a little bit, but not as much as I thought.
Well, hey, came out, did his thing.
What was the shitty Super Bowl halftime show a couple years? Was that Maroon 5 that was real shitty and everyone was like, man, this is fucking terrible?
It was one that was so boring. Like everyone was just sitting, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Cut the fucking game back on.
And I'm glad they brought out shit that, like you said before, bro, as long as it's entertaining, dude, it's gonna bring people together to watch something. I mean,
it can be fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers in that motherfucker.
As long as they're handling their business, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So let's get back into it, man. I want to talk about some complaints, man. So there's some, of course, social media is social media.
I know.
So first thing I saw, now a lot of the shit was on TikTok, and some of the shit was on TV too. So, of course, people were complaining about, I'll just start to stay on the sports side. So, yeah, people complaining about the MVP. They were saying they think Aaron Donald should have been the MVP. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, what is it, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns?
No,
the dagger to the corner. Like, how was that? Why?
He single-handedly won the game.
Single-handedly won the fucking game. So, people were complaining about that. I don't get that. You had people complaining about the prices. The prices of the tickets, they were, you had some fucking Save the World dudes on there saying, oh, you had tickets that were as low as $5,000 and as high as $40,000. And apparently they made a couple of billion off of this whole shit. And
how much were tickets last year?
They wasn't that damn much. It's a new stadium. So I
mean, but you got to think though, like I always preach, everything got second and third order of effects, right?
Yeah.
So
it's not just
we're at this 2-year mark of a pandemic, right? You got shit going on in other countries. Then on top of that, you got a new stadium. Then on top of that, you pretty much got everybody wanting to come outside, so they're going to inflate them prices. It's pretty much a damn celebrity fucking Super Bowl, pretty much.
Get into that too,
because everybody was there. Literally, everybody was there. I mean, so what do you expect? I mean, come on now, they're gonna do it. The tickets are gonna be high regardless. Is people who probably would never be able to buy a fucking Super Bowl ticket complaining about this shit.
And then, so speaking of the celebrity Super Bowl, they were saying that they were making a big deal that like no one was wearing a mask, bro.
Yeah,
like nobody.
Yeah.
And they were, of course, they were pointing out the big name guys. And I was like, damn, they weren't. And they even had a guy saying, yeah, as far as today, February 14th, Valentine's Day, LA County still has a mask mandate. Why wasn't anyone wearing a mask? So, they were complaining about that shit. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, well, listen, I'm not going to fight you on the mask thing because, I mean, I still wear my shit. But what are you going to do, man? I mean, these people paying fucking $50,000 for a ticket. Like,
well, it's not even that, bro. Them people are sitting in the suites. Those are like $1 million a piece.
Yeah.
On top of the tickets they pay.
Yeah, exactly. You think in a million years that you're going to tell them to do something? They're going to be like, fuck you. I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, so those were just a few things, man. They were just saying that, for all this money, we could fucking end world hunger or some shit. I'm like, man, listen, I'm going to tell motherfuckers like I tell them all the time. Some of these people that are homeless want to be homeless.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
They're like, yeah, especially in California, man. A lot of the people that be homeless have jobs. They just can't afford.
Have you ever been out to LA before?
Yes.
Bro, I mean, I've been out, and people don't realize that you've never been out there. So, where the Staples Center all that's the nice part of LA. Everything outside of that is a shithole.
It is. It's very.
People don't realize
Skid Row and shit is crazy. Like,
so when I went back there,
Skid Row,
when I went back there in 2015, and we stayed at the JW Marriott, which is right there by the Staples Center. I'm like, oh, this place is nice because we have a similar setup here in Cincinnati. We call it the Banks, where it's in between where the Bengals Stadium is and the Red Stadium. And they got hotels and all and bars and all that shit. And it's a super nice area. But in LA, you go outside of it. I had an Uber go take me to a liquor store. I'm like, bro, are you taking me to the fucking ghetto, bro? Where the fuck are you taking me?
That's straight to Compton.
Yeah, that's how it is for our, that's how it is for our national stadium.
Oh yeah,
like it's across the street from probably one of the fucking worst neighborhoods in DC.
I feel like I was back in like when Chappelle did that special in DC, and he had his driver like liquor store, gun store, liquor store. It's like, bro, where the fuck you taking me?
Yeah, man.
And I said all the bars on the windows and all the stores, and I'm like, man, really? I'm like, I have to have liquor to get drunk, so let's go.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's like y'all are just looking for stuff. So of course there's. Oh, if this would have happened, if that would have happened,
yeah, exactly.
The Bengals would have won. Like, listen, man. Like,
now
we're not saying it was a clean game, but we're saying it was a great game.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking about complaints. And I know Rick missed the first quarter. Dude, the Bengals' first drive, we went for it on fourth down from midfield. I love the aggression.
We were watching it. I was like, why y'all doing
But if you go back and look at the fucking play, so what they had Jamar Chase in the slot off to the right. He did a little 5-yard hitch in. It was man coverage. I don't know if it was Mixon or Piron they hit in there, but they had him motion to the right and swing out to the flats on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
The linebacker coming with the running back got in the throwing lane to where fucking Jamar Chase is for the first down.
Yep.
I'm like, bro, those are those small mistakes that cost you a Super Bowl.
Weren't they in field goal range?
No, they weren't.
Big penalties.
They were like midfield, right?
Yeah, they were midfield. McPherson, and don't get me wrong, Money McPherson, that kid is a fucking 100%, monster.
Right?
Fucking monster. But he's not making, a 69, 70-yard field goal. Come on now. He ain't Justin Tucker.
Yeah. Maybe a little wind, man, did it got
Yeah, maybe a little wind, but still. But
overall, still a good game, man. I mean, even just to kind of close on that, man, I think, just Super Bowl, seeing everybody out there having fun, man, it just kind of gives you some hope, man, that, maybe we're on the slope of this whole COVID shit, man. And we can really get back.
Hopefully it's just to the point, like the shit's not going away. You just got to be able to.
You just got to be able to deal with it.
Deal with it and manage it. And,
Hey, and you say that you're happy to see that shit. So the Monday before the Bengals went to the Super Bowl, we had a pep rally here at the Bengal Stadium. There were 30. So the way Paul Brown Stadium is, most stadiums, you got a lower bowl and then an upper bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We had the lower bowl filled with 30,000 people just for the Bengals to come out and pretty much root them off to LA. It was fucking electric. I've never been a part of something that crazy before. When they announced Joe Burrow and he came out, bro, my hairs on my arms started standing up just because the energy in the building. So, and then they had
that's some shit that you only get in a lifetime.
Right, exactly.
Man. You don't get that shit.
And then they had some of the individual players talk. And then when Joe got the microphone, you couldn't hear a fucking word he was saying because you had 30,000 people chanting MVP. MVP. I mean, the whole place chanting MVP.
That's what's up.
And then CJ Uzomah came out there and ripped off his knee brace, saying, "I'm not missing this game for nothing." And then the place went more crazy.
Oh yeah.
See, man, I can only fucking dream of that. That's why I was saying, I was like, how's the town when we're going to the fucking Super Bowl?
So,
we haven't been in 33 years.
When we get off here, go look it up, dude. They were fucking people at the stadium last night. They're like thousands of people
still there,
chanting "Who Dey" to the players as they're getting off the bus coming back from LA. Like thousands of people.
That's what's up. But overall, man, like I said, I give the utmost respect to Cincinnati Bengals, especially coming from, having one of the worst records in the NFL 2 years ago and then coming back to punch right back in the Super Bowl. And that didn't happen to me. Only a few teams did that. And I talked about that a couple weeks ago. So just congratulations to making it and, getting there. Hopefully, whatever the fuck y'all need to do to fix it.
Man, I hope so, man.
Hopefully you guys come back. But historically, it doesn't happen too often where the same team goes back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because what happens is, man, it's like they kind of figure you out.
Yeah,
that's like when the Bucks won and they were like, the Bucks are going back. I was like, ain't no fucking way.
Now
they're gonna let that shit happen.
Now listen, I will say about the Bucks. If Chris Godwin didn't get hurt and Antonio Brown didn't lose his fucking mind, I still think that Tampa Bay would have made it to the Super Bowl.
Well, we'll never know.
Yeah,
I know. And then Leonard Fournette wasn't really. Did he play? I don't think did Leonard Fournette play in a playoff game. I don't know if he
did play.
He did. Okay.
He played. But Chris Godwin, he pretty much out there by himself.
Oh no, but Chris Godwin, that was Tom Brady's security blanket, bro.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, why does Mike Evans not get the ball? But he's always like doubled. So
yeah, no. Hey, listen, you go back look up the stats. He had some big ass catches against Jalen Ramsey in that game when he made that comeback.
But Godwin was like, he was like his fucking Wes Welker, man.
Yep, exactly. He was his Danny Amendola as well.
He's like your Amendola. he's like your Edelman. Like he's just that guy that's just gonna get that. Just he's gonna get you. He's gonna
it's 3rd and 9. It's going to Godwin, and you're not gonna fucking stop it.
Yeah. Evans is more so like your bomb guy.
Yep.
I would rather be the after the short catch and yards after guy. I don't think I just want to be the bomb guy.
Now look, hey Marlboro, I do want to ask you this. I do want to ask you this. What do you think? And I know it's your pocket, but I want to ask you, what do you think that the Commanders have to do in order to become? I mean, because look, we all know, everyone who's an NFL fan knows the NFC East. It's a weak ass division. Except you guys, what do you think they got to do? I mean, the Cowboys are the Cowboys. We know this.
I mean, first of all, I think the owners got to go, man. I don't even know if that's the solution, but I feel like we've done everything besides that.
Now, see, listen, I felt the same way about Mike Brown. Mike Brown is a fucking bum, and I'll still say he's a bum.
But I just, man, like really, as a fan, I'm still a free agent. But as a fan, like we just want to win fucking games, man. And I really think that there's something going on behind the scenes that's been going on for a while that is hindering that shit. Because I just don't think we come good. Like I just don't think we come out and we do the same fucking bullshit plays, and we have the same record with different coaches, different GMs, different quarterbacks, different running backs, different receivers.
Yeah. Everything
but the same
changed.
Owner.
Everything changed but that one thing, the fucking owner.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens with this investigation.
Yeah,
we'll see. Yeah,
I've been supposed to turn that shit in today. It's supposed to turn in whatever we need to turn in today.
Word on the street is other NFL team owners are pushing his ass out. So we'll see.
Listen, I hope so because not only with that shit, but he had the shit going on with Adam Schefter, where Schefter was going to him. Hey, is it okay if we post this? This story. What else can you? It's like, come on, bro. What the fuck you guys doing?
Man. I mean, we want to win, man. And then they're talking about moving our stadium to Virginia, and I'm not talking like right across the bridge. I'm talking like
rural Virginia,
at least an hour
they're like
an hour and some change into Virginia. Well, now that's probably where where the stadium is now. You got the good homegrown folks surrounding that area. But I guess if they figure, I don't know what the end goal is of putting it all the way out there. But I think if you do that, you may have more people from further south start going to the game. I don't think they're gonna lose any money.
But hey, I had this conversation with you not too long ago when I showed you that video of fucking those fans falling over at the stadium. They fell over that railing because it collapsed.
Yeah. And the stadium's not old. It's not in bad. It's not in bad condition. It's just.
Well, how old is the stadium? When did they build it back in the 80s?
That stadium ain't even 20 years old.
No, that stadium's not old. My only thing that I can think that why they're trying to move it is because they're trying to get closer to the training facility down in Ashburn. That's the only thing I can think about.
The attendance is down.
Yeah,
the only people who come to the games. The only people who come to the games are the opposing teams.
Hey, listen. Hey, you're preaching.
When we play
you're preaching
Cowboys, that's the only time it's passed.
Bengals fans are loyal, but you're preaching to the choir. With that shit sometimes. There'll be games that I go to, and I would just go there just to go have fun with my buddies and get blacked out drunk. Blacked out. I'll tell you a funny story one time. Because the Bengals are, I think they got awarded the most beer drinking fans in the NFL this year. And
that's a thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. You go look it up later and Google it. It's fucking hilarious. So it's probably 7 or 8 years ago. I go with like 4 or 5 of my buddies. And it's just a spur of the moment thing the night before. It's like, hey, fuck it, let's go. We'll get up at like 8:30, go tailgate, from like 9 until whenever the game starts, 12:30. We'll go up to the ticket box, we'll go find tickets. We get fucking hammered. I get so drunk, I'm like, I don't want to walk up to the stadium because I'm like blacked out. Don't know where the hell I'm walking to. So we're sitting there, it's against the Colts, and I'm sitting there next to my buddy. His name's Gary. I'm like, hey, man, you all right? And he has a cup and just pukes in it like, blah. I'm like, oh, my God, dude.
Pickle subtle drink.
And I watched him do it, and I'm just like,
you
son of a bitch right here next to me. I'm like, yep, we ain't doing this shit no more. I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
but
I take a toll on your back.
But I feel you, dude. It sucked so long. Like I said before, with the Bengals and the somewhat success we had, right, to make it to the playoffs but never win a game. And even Stephen A. Smith, and I don't agree with him always, but I agreed with him when he said Marvin Lewis has to go. Marvin Lewis built this culture to what it is, but he could not get over the hump.
Yeah, well, this is my thing. If we're gonna lose, we need to lose bad. We keep going fucking 7-9, 7-10.
How do you feel about Tyler? Is it Heineke, right? Is that his name?
Heineke.
Heineke. How do you feel about him?
We don't have an offensive line, man. Honestly, I don't think he's bad, but I think his arm's weak.
Yeah.
I think he's got a weak arm, and I think we don't have an offensive line. Like right now, everyone keeps screaming Russell Wilson. I'm like, we don't have an offensive line. It doesn't matter who you put back there.
Yeah, but Russell's used to having a not offensive. Seattle's offensive line hasn't been good for the last couple of years.
It hasn't, but that's why he's in the situation he's in now.
Oh yeah,
and he's coming off a surgery too.
Nobody want to leave some bullshit and come to some more bullshit.
Exactly.
If he's coming here, we're gonna have to pay him.
If he's coming here, he's coming here to get paid, and that's what happens. We get damaged quarterbacks. They get paid. We get damaged players. They come here to get paid.
So I did see. Now I got a question for both of you. I did see an article that was talking about the Washington Commanders, and it had a picture of 3 individuals on it. It had Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, I would take Deshaun Watson.
If you had to pick one, who would you pick? You said Deshaun Watson, right?
In a heartbeat.
Okay.
Why is that?
The championship pedigree that he has. He came from Clemson, right? Won a national championship.
Yep. He's younger.
Not only younger, dude. He's. I want to see if I can pull up the stats, but he played out of his fucking mind
on a shitty team.
Yep.
On the tech. But don't get me wrong. He did have DeAndre Hopkins, one of the best wide receivers in all football.
Mm-hmm.
But Deshaun Watson is not a scrub. Now with Aaron Rodgers, you got to deal with the age. He's not Tom Brady. He doesn't do TB12. He's not going to play till he's 45.
No. He probably got 1 or 2 more seasons max.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even worth it.
Now listen. Rick, I'll throw a curveball to you. What do you think about Jimmy G?
No,
you don't think so?
No. I feel like he's basic. He's just a basic quarterback. I feel like him and Heineke are like the same person.
Yeah. I guarantee if we had a solid line, Like, we would have played to the caliber that they did.
Yeah.
No bullshit. If we had a solid line and he didn't have to pretty much fend for himself every fucking play, we'd have probably made it a lot further than when the fuck we did. So,
I get it. Because like I said earlier, man.
No Jimmy G, but
because if we know the Cowboys are they're good, but the Cowboys do Cowboy things. They
still
lose,
Dak.
Bro, they lose.
Dak Prescott.
They lose fucking games that they should win.
Exactly.
They do it every year. And I can't say much about it because we lost to the fucking Jets this year.
I'll drink to that.
So I'm gonna say this right now. I'm not picking Aaron Rodgers.
No, hell no.
First of all, I'm not picking him because he's old. I'm not picking him because right now it's too much camera action, too much like TMZ type shit around him. Like we already have like we got too much shit to worry about all that. I'll be questioning him being focused. I'm not against Russell Wilson, but if you're not going to get offensive linemen, no. Now, if you're talking about no offensive linemen and fresh legs, I would definitely pick Deshaun Watson because he's fast as fuck. And he's gonna make a play.
Fast as fuck, boy.
But I would still be worried about him taking too many hits.
Yeah, no, I agree with the complete hits. Plus, he's twice the size of.
He's tall. He's tall.
He's a big dude.
He's a big guy for a quarterback.
Now listen,
so I would pick him.
Hey,
but
Rob,
then even with that, you still have to deal with that. These allegations he has too.
No,
so
I know. Yeah, that's a big thing that takes focus. But listen, and you said that with the whole thing with Aaron Rodgers about too much attention. That's why and that's why I love Joe Burrow so much. He came out with that comment. Was it last week or the week before about go work out in silence. Don't post all this shit to Instagram. Go put your work in. You don't need to show off to the whole entire world. And I just
feel like he doesn't really say anything. Like
no, he doesn't. But the thing when he comes out with quotes like that, that's something I firmly believe in. Is social media part of our society? Absolutely. Yeah. But you find too many motherfuckers out there who they'll go work out for a day, post this insane workout they did, then for the next 4 days don't do shit.
Yeah, or you're waiting to use gym equipment, but motherfuckers are posting TikTok. But that's another conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Conversation.
But look, congratulations to you, man. So one more thing I want to touch on. This is off-topic football, but this shit is trending. So, of course, we got to get into the tea. So, Rick, you want to take this one?
Sha'Carri Richardson. All right, so for those who are not following the Winter Olympics, there's the Russian figure skater Kamila. She's 15 years old, probably one of the best women figure skaters in the world. Get that tour. Recently tested positive for a banned substance, and the banned substance was heart medication. Okay, Sha'Carri Richardson made a tweet, pretty much saying like, "What's the difference between her situation and my situation?" Now the thing is, Kamila is able to compete, but if they win, there's no medals, no medal ceremony whatsoever. So she's pretty much fucked her team over, essentially. Now, what I'm saying on social media, people are arguing the fact that it's not fair. Sha'Carri Richardson should have got the same treatment and the whole nine. And this is my thing, right? And people are just like, oh, she was grieving for her mother. That's why she smoked. Yada, yada, yada. Well, first and foremost, everybody who's making those comments are 9 times 10 they probably smoke weed. Just go ahead and throw that out. Those are your avid weed smokers, right?
Say that initially.
Those are probably your avid weed smokers, and I'm not knocking it, right? But let's just state facts. You're an adult. Kamila's 15. We just do comparison. You're an adult. Kamila's 15. You chose to take that Trey 5, that Zod, them runts or whatever, roll it up and smoke it, knowing that you are a professional athlete and you're competing for the Olympics. I get it. Your mother passed. You have found a way to cope. There are other ways to cope and grieve. There's counseling, right? You can go work out. You can go sit in the corner. You can go drink. But you didn't have to smoke, but you chose to. So now you have to deal with your repercussions. Now there is going to be some shit with the whole situation because Kamila is Russian. Need I say more?
Yeah.
They're saying that she took the medication on accident. Something got happened between her grandfather's shit and her shit, right? But either way, she's 15 years old. She's a minor, and it's just two different balances. So my thought is, my opinion, you can't compare the two. To me, that's just me. You can't compare the two because what you smoked was an illegal drug, knowing, and you can't be held to the same standards as the average civilian because you're a professional athlete that you are getting paid for and you have sponsors.
She had a lot of
and you got to hold yourself accountable, right? And you have a bigger responsibility than everybody else. So my opinion is just fucking take it for what it is, come back and do better, and just get your man. That's it. I just want to know what y'all opinion is.
Go ahead, Dudley. I'll let you go.
Right, that's fine. Not Rick. I completely agree with the aspect that you take. When you're an adult, like you said, you have a choice. You do not. I mean, and I used to be an avid weed smoker before I joined the military, but I had to make a conscious decision. Hey, do I want to go join the military, or I just want to hang around my hometown and just get fucking high all the time?
Right.
You got to make your decisions and live with that and suffer the consequences if you want to do shit like that. Like you said, I completely understand, you're grieving over your mother's loss. But dude, there's other ways, like you said.
There's other ways.
Right? You can go meditate. You can talk to other people. You're an Olympic athlete. There are tens of thousands of people, probably hundreds of thousands of people who follow you to try to, hey, people can reach out to you that's been in a similar situation. And that's always comforting to people when you find other people that have been in that similar situation, because they can give you advice on how to handle things because you don't know what's going on.
Right. Boogie?
Well, I'm not even going to go like that deep into it. I mean, didn't they say it doesn't matter what you do, your points don't count?
Yep.
So what the fuck are we even talking about?
Yeah. She's not even like she's
agree with that.
She's competing and busting everybody's ass, but she's not getting medals.
You can go out there and twist in the air for fucking 60 seconds.
Yeah.
It doesn't count.
Yeah,
I mean, is that not punishment enough?
Yeah.
No, see, like, before we started recording, we had this conversation about this because this is the one story I haven't been following, and I think it's crazy that people are throwing a fit over the context of these two stories. I'm like, are you? Now understand.
Now, one thing that does make sense, and she did have a good point, but then you got to think of everything else behind that, right?
Yeah.
She was like, Kamila took her test back in December.
Okay.
And we're now just finding out the results. Sha'Carri Richardson said that her results were, put out to the media within a week. Now, it did say Kamila lawyer had told them that they had told the committee or something. Her lawyer and the committee had some agreement where they couldn't just outright put her information out there. So to me, it's just like, you need to get your shit together.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to remember too.
Obviously, you don't have a good management team or a lawyer or a good
we always
PA
said
team
that.
or whatever.
And that was the one thing.
You don't have that. Obviously, she does because they protected her at all costs.
Exactly.
Well, Rick, you also got to remember too. I mean, it's probably some kind of like HIPAA thing where they can't say because of that shit. That's different.
That's another thing.
But the Russia thing, they're getting out in front of it because we had this conversation right before we went live about Russia's already been caught in the past of cheating when it comes to using performance enhancements. So they're already trying to get ahead of this shit. Even though that she can compete and not get a medal, they were already trying to get ahead of it because she fucked up.
Yeah. But then again, she's a child.
Exactly.
She's a child.
How old's Kamila? How old is she? 19?
She's 15 years old. Exactly. Like that alone. That alone is like, why the fuck are we even having this conversation?
Yeah.
Well, that's just social media trying to stir shit up.
It's social media. It is. But it's social media that they did the same shit when she got caught. Like, I was literally arguing with people like for like a whole week about this situation. And everybody that I was arguing with are fucking avid weed smokers. So I'm like,
it should be legal. It should.
Exactly.
It's just weed. Well, it's just weed. I get it, but fuck, just because it's a bank and you're not supposed to rob it, are you going to go fucking rob it?
Yeah, exactly. No, because your ass don't want to go to jail.
Listen,
we got some that will.
Bottom line, she got jammed up.
Yeah,
and she shared her team, her publicist, her whoever was in her corner did a horrible fucking job
of cleanup,
of doing damage control. It made it look worse. And at the end of the day, if you're complaining that you feel as though she shouldn't be able to perform at all, I agree with you on that. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
But at the end of the day,
I agree.
neither one of y'all are bringing home any medals.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But the way it is it's like you said a minute ago. It's people on social media just wanting to stir shit up. You see it all the time with people, man.
Well, that's just the war. That's the war we live in, man.
Just media. I don't give a fuck what if it's social media, the
I know.
news.
I know,
media,
it's everything.
Period. Like you sit back and watch some of this shit, and it's just like you either look at your local news is making you fucking depressed because all this crazy shit is going on in your fucking neighborhoods. Then you got social media. You got this stupid ass trend or this drama between these celebrities and all this other shit. Like people feed off that shit. That's why reality TV is so fucking heavy because people are entertained by drama. But that's a whole other fucking episode.
Well, I know, and to caveat off that one thing, it's just people don't have conversations anymore, man. They just want to blurt out this 1 to 2 sentence thing and then see all the feedback they get from it. That's it.
Yeah. And then even when the shit popped off, Sha'Carri Richardson was talking shit. I don't care, nobody could be like she set herself up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she went to run against them Jamaican,
nice
Jamaican ladies.
Smoke.
And came
I remember that. I remember that.
Fucking her. These boots were made for what? They smoked their motherfucking boots.
And your ass will sit back laughing about it too once you got smoked.
I'm a big fan of karma, man. You go and do some stupid shit, and then you keep on kind of yapping your mouth. This is what happens. It's like, what are you gonna say?
Let me give you some background, right?
Eli Apple, real quick on that karma shit.
Dad, let me tell you something. I'm a track coach, right? My daughters run track. We are track heavy. So when she had the opportunity, you had the opportunity to redeem yourself.
Yeah. And
she ran against Elaine Thompson, fucking Sha'Carri Price. Like that was the same people she was going to run against in the fucking Olympics and got her motherfucking boots smoked.
Like,
by a lot. You came in dead last. So I don't give a fuck if she didn't smoke or not. Those were the results of what the fuck was going to happen if she was going to run anyway. I'm just throwing it out there. Nah, come on now. You gotta do better. I'm all for it. Trust me. I'm about I'm it's just my military mindset, right? I'm a professional at all times, right? You gotta hold yourself to a certain standard. I get it, but please back your shit up.
Yeah. Rick, I didn't even ask you by the way. What branch you serving?
I'm still in the Army, bro. I'm coming up on 19 years this year.
Okay, congratulations, brother.
Appreciate it.
No problem, man. You figure about Robert, you figure about we stayed in, we'd all must be at retirement now. Just with him.
Shit, I'd be at retirement. We'd be about there.
I'd be at 17 years now. I'm like,
I'd be shit. I would be I'd be about 19, pushing 20, man. Yep. My knees wouldn't let me do it.
Dude, are you kidding me? So like I told you, dude. So what was it? August 2008. Our, Captain Sims, they wanted to go play combat soccer. I'm like, cool. I mean, I'm fucking still a Lance at that time because I got NJP'd on deployment. About to pick up corporal. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go play combat soccer down at French Creek. You know that field down there, right?
Yeah.
So I go down there, and dude, I'm dragging 2 people. I'm a big dude. We're playing rugby. I'm dragging 2 people down the field because I'm running as a pissed off redhead Irishman. And this staff sergeant his name is what's his name? Josh Shropshire. You don't know him. He come out of nowhere, and he's a little bit bigger than me. Dude, he knocked my dick in the dirt. Blind side. So not only does my weight plus his weight plus the weight that I'm carrying on my legs all goes down to my left shoulder. All of it. So I felt the crack, and I'm like, shit, fuck. Screaming out on the field. They take me to the Naval Hospital. These dumb motherfuckers try to pop it back in place. It's separated. We'll come to find out after it's separated 4 inches. You can't pop back in a separation that big.
Damn.
You had an AC tear?
No, luckily no AC tear. It was just that separation. But it was so bad they couldn't put it back in place. They're like, all right, you get to get surgery. I'm like, all right, cool. I spent a month in my barracks room high on pain pills before they could even get me into surgery. Check this out, Marbury. They'd be like, formation, where's Deller at? In his room high. Oh, okay. I'll be in there just passed out.
Motherfuckers don't have they don't have no compassion for that shit, man.
High on pain pills. So I ended up getting 2 surgeries. I didn't get med board. I just did my shit and then I got out. I was like, all right, I'm good. And I got my rating and shit. We're good to go on that. Fuck it.
Yeah, man. Well, look, man, you made it out, man. Listen, I'm really glad we were able to do this. I know you reached out to me way back and said, man, I'd love to get on the pod, and I said, absolutely. I just feel like this couldn't have been a more perfect moment, man.
Most
get
definitely.
you on.
Most definitely.
You know, man, holy shit.
Sorry, my wife was calling me.
Tell the wife we're almost done.
So, yeah, when she calls me, hers is the Empire Strikes Back. That's my wife's ringtone.
Tell her we're almost done. We don't want no trouble.
Nah, you're good. She's down in, like I said, she's down in Florida right now. I'm
glad you're doing well, man. I'm glad the family's well. You're healthy, man. You're doing your thing, and
I'm glad you're succeeding, bro. I see you up there. You're Smithsonian and your big old. That's a whole nother conversation. I know, but listen, let me go to say, the big house and the all white neighborhood. I'm proud of you, bro.
Hey, this everyone's here. All right, we got a little bit of everything sprinkled around here. That's what I wanted. I wanted it just the way my unit was. I wanted a little bit of everybody, but let everybody know, man, your social media handles, man, before we get out of here.
Honestly, the only I Facebook, it's my name, Aaron Deller. I get on Twitter every once in a while just because Twitter's such a fucking cancer nowadays, man. I really don't get on there as much as I used to because it really is. I speak the truth. When I used to get on Twitter all the time, it was for back at gaming when I was doing all that stuff. Instagram, I'm pretty sure it's my name, or it might be Deli Belly 22.
Yeah, it is.
I got that nickname Dawn in the Marine Corps for being such a big ass white dude. My last name being Deller, so. Yo, the one thing before we get off here, I know you said you're a free agent.
No,
bro. I will. You want a Jamar Chase jersey?
I knew he was gonna ask me.
I'll send you one, bro.
Listen, it's gonna take a while for me to put somebody else's jersey on. I'm just gonna say that.
I got you.
When I say I'm a free agent, that just means like I'm not gonna be like avidly rooting like I've been my whole fucking life.
Rick, I already been sprinkling this shit in there for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've been hearing
shit.
He don't like that shit though. He don't like it. He don't like it
at all.
But the good thing, the Bengals being good, we're gonna get more primetime games next year. So you get to watch them on primetime, which I'm super happy about. With the team we have now and the confidence and Joe Cool, I am beyond excited for what's upcoming. As long as Mike Brown doesn't be a fucking cheap piece of shit and spends that $70 million on some fucking offensive linemen.
Yeah, I'll be good. Y'all be good. He do that.
Yeah, and get rid of Eli Apple. And one more thing, that dumb son of a bitch who ran on the field when Bates or Hillary.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it until I saw it online.
I keep hearing about it, but I missed it.
This dude was on IR, and I can't remember his name. When Hilton picked it off with 2 minutes to go in the first half. This dumb motherfucker runs out into the end zone to celebrate, and we get a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, he was on your team.
Yes, but he was inactive though.
He was an active player. They still let the inactive players come and celebrate the Super Bowl with them. Yeah. This dumb son of a bitch runs out onto the field to celebrate and cost us 15-yard penalty.
I know he got a fucking talking.
He's probably getting fucking cut.
Oh fuck yeah, dude. Joe's
but you know what time it is.
Oh God,
you know what time it is.
He's not gonna let it go.
You know what time it is. I got dad joke.
Let's go.
He always turns his back towards me. I got two. First one. What did the janitor say when he jumped out the closet? Supplies. Hey, that was a good one. I got one more.
You only get me with one.
No, I got one more. Now, this one is pretty good, too. What do you call a person who sells their body for spaghetti? A prostitute?
Fucking corn.
See, bro. And I'm glad that he's doing this shit, dude, because my kids do this shit where they do
that jokes. Shit's funny,
bro, and we crack up at the dining room table doing this shit
all the time, man. All right. We're gonna wrap it up. All right, y'all. Captain out.